están trabajando en la cosecha del café. Porque ya la finca es la última vez que se cosecha, se están sacando los últimos granos. Tenemos como mujeres nuestras propias parcelas, pues sabemos muchas mujeres muy fuertes en el trabajo. El principio que tenemos pues de solidaridad, de compartir, de hacer juntos el trabajo.
Aquí es donde nosotros producimos el café. En Honduras, para ser dueño de una finca, las mujeres tienen que quedar viuda o tiene que comprarla. Es muy complicado, pero en nosotros es especial debido a lo de equidad de género. Y dice que nosotros somos importantes.
Yo hablé con mi esposo, necesito una parcela de tierra. Ya tenemos con 20 y tantos años de casado, dame un pedazo para mí, a mi nombre. No que es tuyo, sino que me lo pusiera con papeles a mi nombre. Entonces me dio una parcela. Entonces empezamos con el café orgánico con manos de mujer. Entonces empecé ya a ver las cosas diferentes. Ya era yo dueña de esa parcela. Yo tengo mi café porque es orgánico, ya me empezó a gustar aquello. Tengo otro tipo de vida, ayudándole a mi esposo a poder sacar a nuestros hijos adelante.
Cuando estamos en un ambiente como este, un ambiente de vida, es parte de la vida de uno como ser humano. Hoy en día el café para mí es como una pasión, como algo que me gusta hacer y que disfruto haciéndolo.
Con amor, con pasión y con mucho trabajo y esfuerzo de mujeres.
Yo creo que yo amo ser cafetalera. Yo amo cultivar café. Aunque tengo poco tiempo, pero sí amo esto. Me gusta. Yo creo que es lo mejor.
(11:56 is the local time. We'd like to be the first to welcome you to Tegucigalpa, Honduras.
The main reason that I travel is to maintain relationships, visiting farmer groups in their home area. You can have much more profound conversations than you can over Skype. To get to the farms that we work with and the organizations that we work with, it's a pretty long trek to get there. We'll be in cars for hours and hours on end with seemingly no end in sight. But then you get to a farm and you stretch your legs and spend an entire day.
Buenos días, ¿cómo está? Bienvenida.
Gracias. ¿Qué dice? ¿Qué
Muy
cuenta?
buenos días.
So we'll spend some time out in the field in the morning, kind of doing farmer to farmer visits.
El sabor es tipo chile dulce.
Ah, no lo sabía.
No.
No lo sabía.
Just talking with them about what's going on in the harvest, how Equal Exchange can continue to support them, and what challenges they're facing in the season to come. And then in the afternoon, a lot of times we'll head back to a dry mill or a wet mill and talk about quality with the quality control staff and observations that we have as a team at Equal Exchange and giving direct feedback to the quality managers. It's just so important to focus on relationships and the longevity of the relationships and building rapport with people. It's exciting to come back to places that where you have been before and people start to get to know you and it starts to be like, oh, Carly's here, all right, instead of being like, Carly, who's that? Seeing familiar faces is really comforting and exciting. Being a female coffee buyer has its challenges. being part of trade relationships that have often been spaces where mostly men have been in charge can present hurdles and present barriers. But I think, especially being inspired by the female farmers in our supply chain, I feel like there's actually no boundaries, and the gender norms that are expected of us have no place in our supply chain, which is pretty exciting.
When I started as a quality control manager, I really wanted to better connect what I was doing in the lab with our farmer partners. So my focus has always been on transparency and sharing information. So when we get samples from our farmer partners, we put it through a series of tests. First, we look at the physical analysis, so we're looking at the color of the green coffee, the size, the moisture level. Then the coffee's roasted in a sample roaster, and then after that, the coffee is cupped the next day. A cupping is the technical term used for the process of tasting coffee. And so when we're cupping it, we're evaluating the fragrance, the aroma, and there are 10 different categories that we're using. We're looking for sweet, clean, and uniformity in the cup, but we're also looking for unique and interesting attributes. And then OBB was sweet cedar spice. It was much more complex than I was expecting. So it's a pretty elaborate evaluation. I really pride myself and Equal Exchange on having a really strong feedback loop. All the information that we get from a cupping, that information goes into a database and we generate reports from it. And that information goes right back to the farmer partners. If we approve the coffee, then the coffee is then put on a container ship and sent to us. And so that coffee is roasted.
One of the biggest responsibilities that I have roasting and as a lead roaster is making sure everything runs. So coffee comes in bags that are 150 pounds. We cut the bags open into what's called the dump station. It is pushed by air into our silos. It weighs it out, and then that gets sent to the roaster for roasting. The roasting is pretty much applying heat at the right times. We roast up to 26,000 pounds of coffee a day. It's a great mixture of physicality, sort of running around the floor, moving things, and using your mind, so it's very intellectually fulfilling because you have to take all of these factors into consideration and be making decisions on a regular basis. I think the thing that makes it a craft is when you have all of the objective parameters that you're looking for, and you say, but what if I do that instead? You can set up a machine to read all of the scientific data, and it can make adjustments based on all of those objective factors, and it still wouldn't be able to tell you what it smells like. And that's what makes it a craft. That's why humans still roast coffee. If we want to roast coffee, we have to be able to sell it. It's always nice to know that people enjoy what you do.
I usually open the cafe, or I work like an early morning shift, so it's preparing the bar if I'm on bar, brewing the coffees, just getting everything set up for our commuting rush. Small cappuccino. Have a great day. Knowing who's coming in. Okay, Hester's probably going to be the first person in here, and knowing that she loves Bird of Paradise. Seeing Melissa Soy Chai, no cinnamon. Okay, the rush is probably over. How are you? How did your job go?
Good. I final round today, so I'm hoping that they offer.
Nice. You know, the reason why we have customers that have been coming in almost every day for 5 years is because of who's working there. That is definitely something I take pride in. It's just whenever I'm on the bar and whenever I'm brewing coffee and then engaging with a customer.
Small latte, medium chai latte, large cappuccino.
We're not just pressing buttons, you know, like we're really, like we're doing it. We put a lot of thought into everything we serve our customers.
The coffee industry is very male dominant. Here we are in 2016 and you're seeing more women.
Every step of the supply chain, there's women who are leaders. I think the women farmers in our supply chain are incredible because of the challenges that they face as farmers in their day-to-day life.
No es fácil. Tenemos que hacer nuestro trabajo en la casa y venir a hacer esta parte del campo también. Uno de mujer aprende a salir adelante cuando a uno le cuestan las cosas.
It's nice to see other women in the business. I think that like any industry, the more you see women, the more women you'll see.
I don't think anyone looks at me as if like I'm a woman. You get what I mean? Like I don't feel like I have anything to prove.
Como mujeres creemos que podemos hacer cosas diferentes como personas en el planeta.
And I hope that we demonstrate to the rest of the world that this can happen.
Me hace sentirme orgullosa de ser mujer, me hace sentirme feliz y felicitar a KADLEC por utilizar mujeres en ese proceso. Es un paso importantísimo el que están dando.